this point, I'm going to ask Belinda to say a few words, if I may. Actually, I see that Paul has his hands up. Hi, Paul. Lovely to have you here. What would you like to say or know?
Hi, Claire. First of all, congratulations. This is wonderful. I'm really eager as soon as Amazon fulfills its promise and gets me the book all the way across the ocean. I'm looking forward to jumping into it. And so my question is, how would you recommend that we coaches use the book? I mean, part of me just wants to jump in and read it cover to cover. But then you also talk about, not trying to eat the entire elephant. And so I could imagine only kind of picking out one or two to read and then apply, or maybe we read it all the way through and then pick one or two to apply and come back, or maybe there are other ways.
Yeah.
I'm sure that part of your answer would be use it however you judge best, but I'd be curious what other specific thoughts you have.
Yeah, great question. So like any learning-based book, I do have a section in there that says how to use this book. And I have said, stop, don't read the whole book all at once. Read a bit, think about it, think about what you believe and whether that's a mindset shift that you would like to do some work to shift, and test it out. So it's there are 7 chapters. Each chapter is about a different role. So the first chapter is about what our parents taught us that we need to unlearn to become a masterful coach, more masterful coach. The second one is about what our schools and teachers taught us. And within each of those chapters are about 12 mindsets in each chapter. And so I would say, don't read more than one chapter at a time. Read those and then reflect and make some changes and then come back to the book. Equally, once you put it down and are working on stuff, make sure you come back to it again and get the benefit of the next chapter, for example. So yeah, break that elephant up into smaller chunks, definitely. Thanks, Paul. Fabulous. So Belinda.
Hi, hello everyone. Thanks for inviting me to do this, Claire. I have the book. I'm so glad to be traveling along the way with Claire. We've been friends for 5 years or more now, and every conversation that we have together, I feel, takes me on a little further or a little deeper in my understanding of coaching. And it is the transformational power of it, and in turn the work that I do with my clients, who I also prefer to describe as fellow thinkers. I've had a copy of Claire's book for the last couple of weeks, and it is honestly already well thumbed. And it'll carry on being in my bag or out on my desk for reference because it's very accessible. Claire's already described it a little bit, but she's done the hard work for us in categorizing the times and places in our lives where we'll have taken on current mindsets. And what she's done very cleverly, and it looks simple, is to go from old mindset to new mindset. And I feel that's really brilliantly well done. And I know that as you read it, you'll relate really well to what she described as the old mindset and see the shift that you can make, or that we can all make, in going to a new mindset. So I've had the chance to look through. There are 2 that I want to highlight right now. One is shift 34, which is from old mindset of silence is awkward to new mindset, silence is golden thinking time. I I truly believe that holding silence for others is such a gift, and one that I sense that maybe particularly in the UK over the next few weeks and months will really benefit from giving and receiving, while I just feel that I sense will reflect on how the Queen's life has been part of our lives for such a long time, and the changing sense therefore of who we are individually and collectively is going to be very much part of our national conversation, and one which will really benefit from holding silence as we think that through with each other. Which leads to shift 75, which is the old mindset that the coach is the individual. Oh, sorry, the old mindset of coaching the individual to new mindset, coach the system. And Clare reminds us in this one that stakeholders for each of us go far beyond the immediate people around us, whether that's our colleagues or our clients' colleagues or bosses, clients, organizations, to the towns and villages and cities where we live, the wider environment, future generations as well. These are all stakeholders in our lives, which I think as coaches we can really help people to see. And she actually suggests, and I have it to hand, carrying a box of buttons around, which can become your constellation toolkit when you're with clients. And I think that's something that will be really helpful over the next weeks and months as we look at these bigger systems that we're all part of. And so I'm definitely going to keep carrying that box of buttons around with me. And so those are the two that I wanted to highlight. They are absolutely golden nuggets, and part of, I think, as you say, mindset comes before skill set. And this has definitely reminded me of really important things, and I can't recommend it highly enough to everybody. So thank you, Clare, for your gift to us in this.